Hello, guys, and welcome to today's edition of the Owler Podcast Show. I'm excited because today we are going to talk about a topic that I'm not even vexed in it that much. My guest is really going to give us more details into it. He goes by the name Sylvester Kwame Osei, and I'm going to try to describe him. But after that, he's going to give us his own description of his own self. So Sylvester Kwame Osei, as I know, is his name. He works with Wenco Ghana Limited. And if you guys have heard of the Wenco Weather Report on GTV, yes, I'm sure we are all familiar with the Wenco Weather Report. So my name is Selassie Kwame Tete, and thank you for joining me. So let's jump off to Sylvester to tell us more about himself, his passion, what he does, and everything. Something we don't actually know.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me here. My name is Sylvester Kwame Osei. I'm a communications officer at RMG Ghana Limited and Wenco Ghana Limited. I must say that I have done communication for at least 4 or 5 years. I started my communications career at the USAID on a project on climate change and biodiversity called WABIC, where I served as a social media consultant. And then from there, I moved to my current position where I've stayed for about 3 years now. I'm passionate about communications, and there are 3 main thematic areas I'm passionate about: agriculture, tradition and culture, and then food generally. So I mostly write about some of these things. I'm really excited to be here to share my experiences on peer communications and the use of social media to influence purchase patterns. And I know it's something that would be of interest to you as well as the conversations go by. So let's have the discussion.
Yes. So it's interesting how he said his passions are into communication and culture, right?
Because tradition and culture.
Yes, tradition and culture. I mean, we will try to blend this whole thing into the topic, which is social media on purchase patterns in relation to. Yeah. So there are 3 variables here, guys. We have peer communication, we have social media, and we also have purchase patterns. So if you don't understand the question or the topic, I'll break it down for you. So no. Second, I think he should break it down for us. So
Okay,
Sylvester, off to you.
Yeah, we know social media has been in existence for some time now.
Yes.
At least 10 years or more. Notable among them, we have Facebook,
Yeah, the
Twitter,
most common ones.
Instagram, just name it.
Yeah.
Recently,
Snapchat.
there's one called TikTok.
Yes,
which is
TikTok.
also very
It's making waves right now.
Also very interesting.
Yeah.
And what basically social media does is that it's a platform that has been created and invites people to subscribe and share their opinion on
Yeah.
it. So when you go to Facebook, for example, it asks you what's on your mind.
Exactly.
And then you are required to share what is on your mind. It could be what is on your mind. It could be what you are currently doing. It could be what you plan doing. So that's a bit of brief for the
social media.
And with the social media, as people interact, it's in the form of communication, because people give information and people are supposed to act on those,
absorb the information.
consume the information and then act thereof. So, for example, if I have been to the Kakum National Park, and then I take pictures of the place, and then I share them on Facebook and on Twitter, and then I tell how I experienced the place, and how exciting the place was, and I put it there. People or my friends or followers would see that, and then based on that, they will be informed to also check it out.
Yeah, to go check Kakum, right?
Out. Okay. It's the same thing for other commodities or services. So over time, you would see that social media plays a critical role in informing other people or informing your circle on services or goods or commodities. And based on that, that also informs you, the consumer of the information, to also check it out or otherwise.
Otherwise, yeah.
So that's a bit of background in terms of the topic. So the role of social media in fostering peer communication that will lead into
purchase patterns.
Purchase patterns.
Yes. So I think I made my own research, and peer communication. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm thinking that peer communication is where you have a category of people. You know, the social media is a whole lot of people. We have the aged, the young, the youth, the middle-aged, you know what I mean? Yes. And there's a kind of communication for some category of people. Yes, some communications are for adults. Some communications are just for children. If I go through Instagram and I'm just flipping through and I see a communication talking about old age, take this medicine, I wouldn't be interested. I'll just flip over to the next one. But if I get to a one that is talking about exercising and probably talking about soccer or football, I'll be interested because young people play that. That is our passion now. Exactly. So I'm thinking that, is it a communication towards the peers of those category of people that really matter?
Okay, so it could be that. So in terms of peer communication, I would describe it as, or with the keyword of peer.
Yeah.
I would describe it as not just peer as in we being peers, but people of like-mindedness.
Okay, like-mindedness.
Or people who are interested in a particular subject.
Okay.
So you'd see that on Facebook, when Facebook started, it was just friends. I add you as a friend, you are my friend.
You're right.
And we share content and we all see.
Gone are the days.
Yeah. So over time, then Facebook ads, Facebook groups,
Facebook business, all came.
Business. So Facebook groups, I can create a group and then I invite people and I tell them that in this group, we talk about agriculture only. In this group, we talk about subsistence farming only. In this group, we share information on education. So people who join the group expect that the content you say you are going to share is what you are going to share. And in that phenomenon also, it constitutes peer communication.
Yeah.
It will interest you that on Twitter, mostly people assume that Twitter is just for trolling, for talking trash and insulting people, but there are very good networks on Twitter or peers that you can really connect to. And
is that one much more better than LinkedIn?
So I'll touch on that.
Okay.
I mean, if we are to describe what each social media platform is peculiar to.
No, but in terms of the topic.
Yeah, so with Twitter, you're able to, if you use the app very well, you're able to meet like-minded people.
Yeah.
From academia, from industry, from sports, from politics, from governance. You find all of them there. It's just a matter of using the right keywords.
Words.
And then when you use them, you find people who are interested in what you are saying would also follow you. Or they would either drop a comment or otherwise.
I think I should come for tutorials because my Twitter is really not growing. I don't know why. It's not growing. Twitter, my Facebook grows, my Instagram grows. Twitter, I don't know what I should do to make it grow. But I think I'll come for tutorials.
Twitter has an interesting ecosystem.
Yeah.
Where people are really particular about what you tweet.
Yeah.
Now, when you tweet something, for example, and no one is responding, it doesn't mean maybe no one is watching, because when you look at the analytics, when you look at the back end of your tweet, you see that people have seen it at a glance. But then Twitter thrives on news. Twitter thrives on controversy at some point. So hashtags. So for example, if you are the first to break a news, let's say for example, you work in the field of education and you are in a crunch meeting, and one of the resolutions of the meeting is that education, let's say at the university level, is going to be free.
Oh my God.
Now, if you're able to tweet that you are the first person breaking that news, you would see that people will hop on, by also retweeting what you shared because it's new.
Oh, okay.
It's new to them or it's interesting to them. So they would also retweet. The more people are retweeting, the more your content is getting
out there. Yeah.
And people may either come back to ask more questions as to maybe where you had that information from.
Yeah.
But mostly, sometimes someone may not ask you because he looks at your profile and he thinks, maybe, let's say, for example, your position is that you are the assistant to the minister or you are the PRO of the ministry. Then it shows that
you should have
is authentic.
Credible. Yeah.
So, but then LinkedIn also has its own characteristics.
Okay.
LinkedIn is noted for just professionalism. People
like
go
workspace
there, people go there with a lot of expectations. Like, for example, people go there expecting to get jobs within a second. But it doesn't work that way. You need to build your profile on LinkedIn. You need to show what you are doing in your own small corner. You don't have to be a manager to excel on LinkedIn. Even if you are a volunteer or an assistant, you can share your daily work in relation to what you do and what you are passionate about. And for all you know, you have someone who is looking at your profile and they contact you.
Okay. Okay. So we've spoken about social media. We've spoken about peer communication. Now the third variable, purchase patterns. Can you tell us a bit? Because
so with purchase patterns, it's more of a trend within which people seem to be, making buying decisions.
Will you say that the social media and the peer communication depend on the purchase pattern, or you mean the purchase pattern depend on social media?
So mostly peer communication and social media will influence how people buy.
Okay.
Or has influenced how people
buy.
I can cite a lot of examples.
Yeah, tell me more.
Now, when we were at the university, I was at the University of Ghana.
Okay. I didn't go to University of Ghana.
Now, at the university, there was a pizza joint just across the campus. And on Tuesdays, when you buy a pizza, they add one for free.
Every Tuesday?
Yes. So they called it Terrific Tuesday.
Oh my God.
So I maybe I know the information. And I go there on Tuesday, I buy the pizza, and then they add another one, and I'm excited. And I tweet it or I post it on Facebook.
Yeah.
And people get to see that it's real. I mean, it's not a hoax. That will inform them in a way that the following Tuesday, they would also want to try it.
Yeah.
So for example, okay, I posted it and some guy also is planning on maybe a friend's hangout in the room. And he's looking out for getting some pizza for everybody.
But can't afford for everybody.
Yes.
Okay.
But yeah, so in that case, he prepares for the next
Tuesday.
Buys the pizza and gets one for free. And then he's able to get his friend, he's able to sort them out. Apart from that, you would also know that in recent times, within the marriage economy, I call it the marriage economy.
You would find interested.
That on, let's say on Thursday or on a Friday, we have the traditional marriage, and people are using kente, very nice Ghanaian kente cloth. Okay,
I think you are bringing your interest here, your culture, into this.
People are posting about their nice kente cloth that they have been able to purchase.
Yeah.
Their nice wedding engagement accessories.
Yeah.
How the men who are going in for the marriage would dress like royals. They're showing the traditional culture from wherever they are.
You mean the tribe? Or?
Yeah, the tribes.
Yeah.
Apparently, they are mostly similar.
Yes.
Now, when this information go out there, it informs people to also do same when it is their turn.
Oh, yeah.
You see that.
Though it is not written in the constitution or anything, it just informs them that it's beautiful.
Yeah, because what you see, you like it. And you also want to have it. So there's a bit of psychological nuance around it. Because whatever you see, you like it, and you would also want to have it.
I think the camera guys and the videographic guys are really catching in this kind of
Yes,
season because they're
yes.
really making
Yes.
good sums of money. Because come to think of it, why would I have to follow such? And when it's not really a mandatory thing for everyone to
do that. And
to
it
do
will
that.
interest you that sometimes the man would say, okay, I want something simple. The woman
I
would
know,
also
right?
seem to agree that
Agree.
I want something simple.
Ends
But
up
she would, at some point, would want you to buy, expensive
Expensive
kente and all
this.
of that. And because of that, you see that over time, the cloth industry, the marriage economy industry is blooming.
yeah.
From those who sell kente, from those who do photography, from those who do catering services.
Catering services,
Because of
yeah.
what they see online. And it's as a result of that all of a sudden, photographers are charging up to 10,000 to come and cover your marriage.
You don't
ceremony.
say 10,000.
Yes. Some budgets even
Go higher than
higher
that.
than that. Kente makers are selling 1,000 cedis, 1,500, depending on the quality and the patterns and then the designs that you would want to make. And it's become that expensive because a lot of people are going in for it. Okay, so it's become like a hot cake. Like people are demanding. for it.
Demanding.
And the services or the commodities available are limited.
Limited.
So the suppliers then would decide to increase the price
I mean,
so that
demand is high, so, yeah.
Yes, so all of these things, I think, if without social media and peer communication, if without, let's say, Facebook or Twitter or WhatsApp status and all of those things, these photographers and kente weavers wouldn't have enjoyed that huge market. So they are enjoying that huge market because people have shared information about
like
them
that,
online,
experiences,
which is some form
stories,
of, which in
videos.
effect is like free advertisement.
I know, right? Yeah. I mean, you're paying nothing for it, just the data you have. Like,
Yes.
yeah. So let's now jump to the corporate world when it comes to and things like branding and all that. So why is that we are so accustomed to certain brand than others when it comes to your communication, and the
Okay.
pattern of
Okay. Yeah.
Purchase
So, like I mentioned from the beginning, when Facebook came up, it was just my friend, your friend. Then, I think 2 years or 3 years ago, Facebook introduced Facebook Business, where apart from your personal page, you can create a business page.
Yeah.
And with business pages, they were apparently
It looks like a website, like where you address people's concerns. Yeah.
When it started,
But there are some essential services in there that is totally free. Yeah.
and I will business
Just
page.
as if it's just like that.
So when they started, about 100 not just corporate bodies, startups,
Yeah, single entity.
businesses, everybody is signing up, and it became prominent. Now, over time, Facebook has reduced organic reach to an insignificant figure. So now, if I make the same post at 9 o'clock in the morning, and I have 100
Likes.
page likes, Facebook will push it to only those who are online at that time.
Yeah, that's the difference.
So if I'm lucky, and then I have 50 of my page followers online, all the 50 would
We'll
see
see it. So it depends on the timing you
it.
post.
Yes, all the 50 would see it. Then Facebook will come to you to say, You can pay $10, $15 so that I give you extra reach.
You get like audience, right?
Yes,
More
I can
audience-
increase your audience
for you, yeah.
Give me a budget. I will increase your audience for you.
And they can tell you that, okay, with this budget, you can reach like
Yeah,
16K.
yeah.
16,000 people.
So it doesn't make it
make it totally free
for now.
Yeah.
But one interesting thing for corporate bodies and branding, like you mentioned,
Yeah.
was that even businesses who are successful already, when Facebook business, for example, came up, they are also taking advantage.
Yeah.
So the likes of Guinness, Coca-Cola, MTN,
and
I mean, they could have done without social media because they have their customers. They can reach out to them via SMS and stuff. But these companies are heavily investing in social media. Even artists, music artists.
Yeah.
Okay. Sarkodie may have
They're building a
already,
huge brand on social media.
but they are taking advantage of social media. Okay, because it's become a unique platform where they can reach their audience directly, even much more efficiently than billboards or television or the traditional media that we knew of.
Yeah.
So that is what companies are doing now. And when they do that, the audience they're able to build around them, they're able to push relevant peer communication related information to them to a point that they are also able to get people to act on the information that they share with their audience. So for example, MTN Ghana can, mention that, okay, I mean, this is a lot of publicity for MTN. Yeah, but I can cite my company, for example.
Yeah.
So one of the things my company does is that we do government business. So the government's flagship program, Planting for Food and Jobs. My company.
Please, this platform he's talking about is related to Ghana, and it's a Ghanaian policy, Planting for Food and Jobs. So in case you are mistaken, what he's talking about right now is a policy that has been initiated by the government of Ghana to get more active youth into agriculture. Okay, take it off.
Yeah, so with the Planting for Food and Jobs program,
yeah,
my company or the company I work with happens to be able to distribute some of the inputs. So fertilizer, hybrid seeds, crop protection products.
So it's like they're giving a third party.
Yes, to help with the distribution.
To help with it.
Now, and we distribute nationwide. So mostly on our Facebook pages, what we do is that we encourage our audience to reach out to the various zonal managers. Okay, so if you have a need and you are in Ashanti region, for example, you don't have to call Accra. You can call your direct manager in Ashanti region, and then you get your request or the services done, for you. Yeah. So that is one of the things we do. There is this other project which is ongoing, which is called the Living Fields Agri Challenge.
Okay, yeah, on City something.
Yeah. So I'll just give a brief of the challenge and how the challenge is excelling because of social media.
All right.
So the idea is simple. The company has the company has acquired 100-acre farmland. And the company has put accommodation facilities on them.
On the farmland?
Conference facilities on them.
Wow.
And then all the company is saying is that come and stay on the farm, learn how to farm, and then win prizes at the end of the day.
So with no knowledge, with no expertise,
so mostly one of the requirements is that you should be a graduate.
Okay. Yeah.
At least you should
be able to read and write.
Yeah, you should have been to school.
Yeah.
Even though it's an agric challenge, we don't insist that you should have had an agric degree.
Okay. In the passion will do.
Yes. So if you are passionate
but
about
why didn't you hit me up on this?
I
mean to agric sometimes.
So
okay.
At the end of when we started, we had a lot of applications nationwide. but we trimmed it down.
Oh, if I had you in there, I could have been on TV by now, man.
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
So we trimmed it down to 12 trainees, and they've been on the farm since last year, about August 2019.
Wow.
So we've taken them through a lot of things, from agronomy
that's more than
to business development, financing, marketing, market prospecting, and real agriculture itself.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, apart from that, we've also exposed them to other businesses within the agribusiness space. So, for example, where we blend fertilizer, we took them there and other places. So the Agri Challenge also shows on TV. So actually, we have been able to film their entire stay on the farm. So from the farming process, from team building, from prospecting, pitching of your business idea for funding, we've documented all of them and we are showing them on TV. And we are also putting those content on social media.
Okay.
Now, the idea is that we seek to inspire graduates so that they go into agriculture. Now, this is the good part. At the end of the day, so they've been put into groups.
Okay.
Constituting 3 people per group.
Yeah.
Now, at the end of the challenge, the first team gets a prize package of about 100,000 Ghana cedis.
That's huge. I mean, local currency, yeah.
Yes, about 100,000 Ghana cedis.
Ghana cedis. Okay.
Now, the prize component includes cash prize of 20,000 cedis, input package of 80,000 cedis.
Okay.
And the essence of this input package is for the trainees to be able to set their
own business, right?
After the challenge, so that they can run on their own. And then apart from that, they also get a fully paid working trip to Germany.
Oh my God!
To see one of our.
I mean, who doesn't like free stuff?
So that's how big we are investing in agriculture.
Wow.
So this challenge,
and these are youths, right?
Yes,
they're youths.
Yes.
So they are of the same age.
I mean,
category, right?
Yeah, age bracket.
Brackets, yeah.
So that's for the first prize. There's a prize package for the second group with input package, cash prize, plus a trip to South Africa to also see one of our partners.
Trip, I'm interested.
I mean, the trip is not to say you are going to chill, but we expose you to commercial. We expose you to the commercial bit of agriculture. The third and fourth group also gets similar with a trip to Senchi Hotel, one of our our partners.
But hotel is for fun.
Yes,
I mean,
yes,
they are really going to have fun.
Going to have fun.
Yeah.
But coming back to the conversation we are having, the challenge is really excelling because we are harnessing on social media. So from Facebook to Twitter to Instagram to YouTube, we put customized content there.
Yeah, I think I've been seeing some short snippets of the challenge.
People interact with us, and people even come back to us to ask us some of the things they didn't understand from the challenge. So we put more clarification in there.
Okay.
Yeah. So with that, you would see that the page will have agric-minded people or people who are passionate about agriculture.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
And by so doing, the effect when it comes to purchasing pattern is that, in effect, you would see that over time, people, when it comes to agriculture, when it comes to agricultural products, agricultural advice, and the agricultural services, the company comes in
mind. Yes.
Apart from that, that is even at the open market level. Apart from that, institutionally, when partners like the ministries, fertilizer companies, even our partners abroad, when they see the investments we are putting into youth development and capacity building endeavors, it will inform them to give us more businesses. Or it will inform them to even partner with us to do more crazier things. I'll put it that way.